Jesus was dead. The Son of David, the promised seed of Abraham, the Messiah in whom all the hopes of God's people rested, was buried in a tomb, wrapped in cloth and spices. A group of women walked along the path that led to the tomb, considering all that had happened just days before. How could Jesus be dead? What did this mean for God's promise to restore His people? Was all hope lost? Arriving at the tomb, they saw something unexpected. The stone had been rolled away from the entrance. Jesus' body was missing. 2 men in dazzling white clothes stood by them and said, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead? He is not here, but He is risen. Remember how we spoke to you." And they did remember. From the moment Peter declared that Jesus was the Messiah, he had told them that it was necessary that He be betrayed and crucified, but that this wouldn't be the end of the story. Though He would die, He would rise on the 3rd day. But none of them understood. Peter had even denied that it should happen at all. But Jesus had been arrested. He had been crucified. Jesus was dead. Now the tomb was empty. Could He really be alive? The women ran to tell the others. Later, a stranger appeared to 2 disciples while they walked along a 7-mile stretch of road out of Jerusalem toward the town of Emmaus. "What are you talking about?" he asked. "Jesus of Nazareth, who was handed over to be crucified. We were hoping He was the one to redeem Israel. Some women from our group told us they had a vision of angels who said He was alive. A few of us went to the tomb but didn't see Him, only the clothes He had been wrapped in." The stranger spoke up. "Why are you so foolish? Why are you so slow to believe what the prophet said would happen? Don't you know that it was necessary for the Messiah to suffer these things and enter into His glory?" And the stranger began to explain how sin, death, and the curse would be defeated, and God's people would be restored by the death and resurrection of their promised rescuer. The son of Eve's heel would be bruised, even as He crushed the serpent's head. The Lord's servant would suffer and die for His people, bearing the iniquities of His people, but would live. The Son of David would rise from the grave on the 3rd day, as Jonah was released from the belly of a great fish. The seed of Abraham would bless all the nations of the earth because he laid down his life and took it up again. From the books of Moses through the writings of the prophets, all scriptures foretold this event, of this moment in which they now lived, the moment they were slow to believe. The disciples' hearts burned as they heard the stranger speak. They invited Him to eat with them. When the bread was broken and thanks was given, their eyes were opened. The stranger was no stranger at all. He was Jesus, the resurrected Messiah. They ran to tell the others, 7 miles back to Jerusalem in the night, to tell them all they had seen, their hearts rejoicing. Jesus is alive. Death has been defeated. Their Redeemer lives. And as they shared this news, their joy spread into the hearts of the other disciples. And as Jesus appeared to them, their joy intensified and exploded out into the world as they began to proclaim this good news. The good news that transforms the hearts and minds of sinners, redeeming and restoring them, bringing them from spiritual death to new life. The good news we proclaim today because the good news is still true. Jesus is alive. Death is defeated. Our Redeemer lives forever.